Well, it's vaccination day. The ewes are going to start having their lambs in about 2 to 3 weeks. And so it's time to vaccinate the ewes with a what's commonly referred to as a CD&T vaccine. It's I'll have to read it, Clostridium pharyngeans type C and D and tetanus toxoid. So this is what I use. It's just a Barvac vaccine. There are other manufacturers. This is probably one of the cheaper ones that you'll find and one of the most common ones. So the reason we do this is this Clostridium diseases, sometimes these are referred to as overeating disease, pulpy kidney disease, different things. Of course, most people know what tetanus is for, but we'll give this vaccine to the ewes a couple of weeks before they have their lambs. The ewes have all been vaccinated before, but they get a yearly booster, and this is when I give them their yearly booster, because about 2 weeks after you give this vaccine is when their immunity is at the highest level. So they're able to pass that immunity on to the lambs through the colostrum, through the milk, because the lambs really don't have much of a immunity system for about 3 weeks. So they really rely on their mother to give them the antibodies that they need to protect them from tetanus and different things like that. So I like to give it to the ewes before they're a couple of weeks before they have their lambs. And it also gives me a chance here right before lambing season starts to run the ewes through the chute and put my hands on them and just kind of evaluate each one of them individually and make sure they're all doing okay. So that's what we're up to today. Wait for next time. Well, now that we've got everything vaccinated today, I think the next order of business is I'm gonna go get some molasses. This is something a lot of people don't do, but I do put some molasses out for my ewes in late gestation. Sometimes I'll mix in some ground limestone with it to up the calcium level a little bit, make sure we're good on calcium. So I normally have bought this in 5-gallon buckets, but that's kind of an expensive way to buy it. So this year I have bought, if I can get turned around here, that white tank back there, which a lot of y'all have seen those. I think they're 275-gallon totes. I've got that all cleaned out. I'm gonna go get about 100 gallons probably of molasses. We're gonna give that a try. This is just gonna be the regular thick molasses like they mix with the with your feed when you go to get feed. There is another product called Mix 30, which some people use for their cattle. I thought about giving that a try, but I think I'm gonna try the molasses. The Mix 30 is pretty runny. I think I'd have a hard time getting any limestone mixed in with that. So that's what we're up to right now. I'm gonna load this tank up. I've got to turn the forks over on my tractor. I have to put them on upside down in order to get my feeder fed out there. In order to get my feeder loaded up, excuse me, the creep feeder that you see the sheep on out there in the distance. So I'll have to turn those forks back over and get this loaded up and go get some molasses. Well, we've got a change of plans. I was going to go get the molasses for the sheep, and I got everything loaded up, got my tank loaded, started out, and I got, not even a quarter mile from the house, and blew a brake line on the truck. So now I guess instead of going to get molasses, we'll work on a brake line on the truck. Okay. All right, where it's leaking is right here. This piece of steel line has rusted in too. It goes across up over the differential to a block right over there. Hopefully this will all come apart pretty good. And I went ahead and bought a new rubber hose to go on here just in case this doesn't really want to come apart. Get loose. Without breaking my knuckles. Yeah. Wiggle this out of here. See if I can make one that kind of looks like it. Well, another change of plans. I got the truck fixed. The brakes are working. I went to get my molasses in my tote, and I had a change of heart. I decided instead to try this sheep tub from Kalmbach Feeds. I've used their products before. They've got some pretty good products for sheep and other animals. But this is a 125-pound protein tub. So we're going to set this thing out and see how it works.